Najda Khan. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Hi, Amina.
Oh my gosh, you know, so many things are happening on a live show.
Yeah.
You know, your head is constantly just moving about. But no, it's
And
not.
it's quite
good
bright in
morning.
here. It's like morning.
Good
So
evening.
okay.
How are
good.
you?
I'm good.
Finally, you get to share your story.
Wow. Yeah, I do. Finally.
Najda Khan tells it all.
Yeah.
All right,
When
so
you
now
put that way,
let's take it back to the very beginning, where it
Okay.
all began. So, where were you brought up?
So I'm born and bred Nairobi. I'm fifth generation actually. So we've got quite a history here in Kenya. So I grew up in a family that suffered a very nasty divorce when I was 12 years old, and that's I think where my story begins. So at 12 years old, my parents get divorced. It was nasty. It was one of the worst, the ones that you read about. But that spiraled me into being a mom for the first time. I took care of
At 12?
yeah, I had 3 siblings. My mom basically forced custody on my dad because you know how things are then. You know, no job, no this. So he's the partner in the relationship that's earning money. So what am I going to do with 4 kids? You know, so she did the hardest thing I think every mother needs to do, but she did it, and that kind of just I had to fill the shoes.
Why did you have to fill the
And-
shoes? I mean, where was your dad?
No, I mean my dad was there, but you know how it is. I mean, I think it's just you're the firstborn. You're a girl. It's firstborn girls come with a lot of responsibility, and I think I'm the living story of that. So. Fast forward to obviously that's basically where my story begins.
Yeah.
But
Don't
I
fast
think my
forward
story.
it. I want to linger there for a bit. So here you are,
All
you're
right.
12 and you're taking care of 3
Yeah.
kids.
Uh-huh.
So tell me, you know, like your routine every day.
Okay. No, so my routine every day was, and remember I was 12 or 13 thereabouts. So it was, you know, wake them up, make sure they've had a shower, comb. I remember my sister had very long hair, comb her hair, get them breakfast, send them off to school, make sure the house chores are in order, the house help knows what needs to be done that day, and then of course go get ready for school, and off I was to school myself. So that was my typical day at 12.
What?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that must have been really hard. And at the same time, as you are raising a family on this other side, you were being bullied in school.
Oh yeah.
And
So
this
there's
is because
that.
of your weight.
Exactly. So I've always been a big girl in every chapter of my life. And unfortunately, whether it's within the community and the local culture here, it's not a very celebrated size to be. Globally, we all know that predominantly those who are bullied most are oversized kids. So school was really tough. But I thank God I wasn't one of those people who succumbed to it, become, you know, closed, hermit kind of a person because of bullying. I just became tough-skinned. I laughed at the jokes, I laughed at the bullying, and I, you know, went with the flow. So I was like the coolest kid in high school, and
Oh, so you
that
just
was
let them
me.
so that they
yeah, I was like,
don't-
haha, yeah,
yeah.
very funny, and let's go on
Yes.
with that, you know. So that was my life. That's my life to date. It's just you know, it didn't bog me down. It didn't break me. Or I thought, you know, yeah.
And you've been very vocal about, you know, about plus size and,
Yep.
you know, how you need to refer to women and, you know, this constant, oh, you're so pretty for a fat girl.
Yeah,
and all of these
exactly.
other insensitive remarks that people constantly make at
I
you.
know.
You told me that when you go to shops, people
It's
laugh.
it's ridiculous. Still today, you've still got. I mean, now I'm not going to mention the hospital, but I'm talking about 2 weeks ago, okay? And we're there, and I had an infection that I was being treated for, a viral one, and I said, "Is there anything else we can do? Because you know I'm in a lot of pain, my body is hurting because I'm on antibiotics, but no pain." And he goes, "Maybe you need to lose weight." I have a viral infection.
It has nothing.
I'm
absolutely
telling you,
nothing
it's,
to
I don't
do
listen
with
saying
weight.
it's, you have nothing to do but to laugh about it. You could go in with a broken leg or flu for anything, and the first thing even a doctor is going to tell you, you need to lose weight. So,
For the whole
okay, or there's that auntie in every
Oh,
wedding.
there's
You
always
know
that
them, yeah.
auntie.
Oh my God, look how pretty you are. Look at your pretty face. Imagine how much prettier you'd be if you're slimmer.
Oh, they tell you that?
Oh, you get that all the time. It's every time,
That's
you know.
wrong.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So a lot of people see me and wonder, like, Najda, I mean, people are you know, struggling with whether being too skinny, anorexic, or too big. Where is this confidence coming from? And I'm like, I've never known any other size. So if you guys are going to laugh at it or it's going to be something that's awkward to you, it isn't to me. This is me. This is what I've known, and I own it.
This is all
This
I
is
am.
all me, and it's
I'm
all
not
me.
sure
Exactly. So if I'm going to walk into a corporate meeting and I'm going to smash that meeting, I'll do it all my fat everywhere.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go into a wedding and slay it because I'm going to dress well and do my hair and do my makeup, I'm going to do it with everything that I am. You see, so it's not me that's the problem, because I'm okay with that. It's the perception from the community and outside.
Is that why you decided to start your show?
Yeah.
So tell us about your show.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So the Big Fat Talk Show, that's what it's called. And I know a lot of people trying to tell me, Nadja, do you really want to use the word fat? You see how people still have an issue with the word fat. And I say, exactly, that word fat is not leaving this title because I'm reclaiming the word fat. It's a descriptive word, but it's been used to put people down. It's been used as an abusive word. It's used as a derogatory term. It's not. It's cool. It's fun. It's corporate. It's a dancer. It's a rapper. It's everything. I mean, the world needs to come to terms with. First, we were fighting for women's rights. You know, women, like, here we are. Notice us. But then there's a big chunk of voluptuous, big, fat women who are just being like, no, you can't climb a mountain. No, you can't
do this.
Dance.
You can't do
no,
that.
of
You're
course
being
you cannot
constantly
model.
limited.
No,
Yeah.
of course you cannot be a chairperson in a big company. Come on, you know, there's a certain way we need to look. You know, society has set a certain standard for us. So we need to break those barriers.
But then, Najla, when people say, I mean, you're encouraging people to be unhealthy, which will, of course, be a question that will come up.
It's true. So the thing here is that that's the misconception. Everyone who looks at a big person thinks, lay off the chips, won't you? You know, lay off the fast food. It's a huge misconception. There are huge hormonal issues that are going on out there that trigger a lot of weight gain in people. The thing here is that for a lot of people, being big is not by choice. It's not like, hey, I want to stuff myself with food until I become X amount of size. It's how many people do you know who actually live like that, who say, I want to do that? The people that you meet who are big size, either born that way, have a certain condition that's made them that way. But it's not even wrong if you are big by choice, like maybe you just don't work out or whatever. Still, we're trying to fight climate change. We're trying to fight world hunger and world wars and everything that's going on right now. Mind your own business.
Yeah,
you know, let her eat that burger, leave her alone. Can you just go give some charity somewhere to someone who needs it? You know, like let's move on. That's the point here.
Now the Big Fat Talk Show starts on the 1st. That's next week on Wednesday.
1st of May.
So
yes.
it's of May. Sorry. So that's going up on YouTube.
Yes, it's going to be an online talk show. It's YouTube. My rider is extraordinary stories from ordinary people, and that's what it's about. So it's a women's platform for healing, for inspiring, and for empowering. And we've got little skits in there that come once in a while where we discuss the life of a fat woman comically. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping I'm going to demystify a lot of myths and make fun of a lot of things that we go through, just to be able to sensitize the people out there that poke fun at people.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to talk about it as well with our other guest. Now, it's so unfortunate, but you know, your weight, you know, also came in when you started telling people, oh, I'm about to get married. This is for the first time. And you had friends, you had relatives who were like, what?
So, Amina, you need to realize the Indian community is made up of, they idolize beauty in straight hair, fair skin, you know, long legs. Like it's, I mean, we've watched this. You know, you don't have to go far. Just put on a Bollywood movie and see what the image society has created of what a woman should be. So it's bad enough you're going to have dark hair, coarse hair or dark skin, but if you're going to be big, then it's inevitable that you're just going to end up probably with a really good job and, you know, become successful, and that's it. Like, let's just be happy with that. But here is this fat girl, obviously, that's just about to get married, you know. And yeah, so there's a lot of really, really hushed tones. But then I think the really wow moment was at the point where my first husband actually walks into the room, you know, after the nikah, so no one's seen him yet, and there's like silence. So yeah, my first husband was 6 foot, blue-eyed, blonde hair guy, and that's not, that's not your typical, you know, typical. First of all, it's crazy enough that you're getting married, but you know, to this guy. So yeah, I faced. Got a lot of. I wouldn't say bullying about it, but a lot of, you know, like
Comments.
side eyes. Like, really, is that happening?
Yeah, unfortunately. But you know what? There you are. So
Yeah.
you settled down.
Exactly.
And an unfortunate, you know,
Yeah.
thing happens. And what your first husband decided to leave. Why?
Okay, so he decided, he pulls a fast one on me and says, you know, I have a calling and I'm going to fight a holy war. So that's what happens. And I can't believe I'm giggling or saying this so comfortably
I think
now.
it's
you
in
know?
shock.
Yeah.
I think it's in
No,
shock.
but it's been a couple of years, and it's something that, you know, I mean, I never told anyone I was divorced. 3 years after my divorce, people would meet me. I'd meet random distant relatives in malls, and they'd be like, how are you? How's your husband? I'm like, oh, he's okay.
Oh, but you
He's
left him
fine.
3 years ago.
3 years, with 3 years divorced. And so it's because I wish that he cheated on me or did something else like that, because then it would be easy to say, because people are used to that, you know. But yeah, this was difficult. And the difficult part about it was not the divorce, not even why we left each other, but it was a very mentally abusive relationship, and that spiraled me a bit out of my zone for a while. But the moral of the story is you know, the beauty after, the reclaiming. Yeah.
Yeah. He left to go and fight the holy war.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that
His
conversation taking
that was
place.
his version of what he
Yes.
thought was a holy war. Yeah.
Now, something else that you also talk about that you will touch on in the Big Fat talk show is you struggling to become a mom.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I bet you feel like you've been a mom because you raised 3 kids.
3 kids, 3
right?
siblings. Yeah,
but,
exactly.
you know, you keep saying it's a womb in waiting.
Yeah, waiting womb.
Okay.
So the thing is, I mean, in a span of about 8 years and 2 marriages down, you know, I'm still childless, and again, part of my rock bottom feed when I was there. But the thing here is that again, it comes with a lot of, you know, what's the word? I'm trying to find that word. A lot of stigma and a lot of this, but you just kind of have to bulldoze your way through it. The beauty about this story is the hope that still comes with it. 8 years, and I'm not saying I've given up. I'm not saying I'm not trying anymore. We're trying every day.
Yeah. All right. And she will be
Yeah.
sharing more of her story and
Yeah.
more of that, and giving you, you know, words of encouragement, because it's
Yes,
difficult.
it's difficult.
You know, and the one thing that people always do is they ask you why you are not pregnant.
Exactly. Why
All
waiting?
the time.
What's happening?
Yeah.
You're not getting any younger. So yeah, you hear a lot of that. Stop doing that, people. Like, stop doing that. Just, like I said, mind your own business, do your own thing, because you don't know people's stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That is
Yeah.
true. And you can hear that and a whole lot more,
more.
and more about her story in detail at Dadasphere.
The big,
Yes.
Dadasphere, which is happening on the 4th of May, and I'm going to be sharing my story in more detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Take a break. We're going to be back with more.